Okay. Let me see if that still works. Okay. I'm Jonah Jennison. I just finished my first interview with Klayton Baker, my first official interview, to kind of test what I wanted the camera to look like and what I wanted the lighting to look like. I interviewed my friend Schenck. What?
I feel like I'm in AA.
I might cut bits and pieces of that into the final thing, but I guess we'll see. It was bizarre talking to a camera, knowing that I'm going to be talking to like an audience. I feel really cringy right now. Okay, hello, I'm Jonah Jennison. I'm a junior at Moffat County High School. I'm doing this for my digital media class, which is a class taught by Mr. Payton, who's going to be the one watching this video. Hello, Mr. Payton. And basically all the class is to teach me how to edit and use cameras and how to tell a compelling story, right? Which is all directing and writing and editing is. So like I said, I'm doing this for a class, but this goes so much farther beyond a class. I've always been interested in film and in writing and editing, but even more than that, I've always been interested in human character, understanding why people do the things that they do. And so this interview it's a way for me to help understand the people around me, people that I've grown up with and known for years. I want to understand people a little bit better, and so my hope with this interview is that I get an insight, a little bit more of an insight into every single person I interview. Because as much as I complain about people and crowds and parties and blah, 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 I genuinely love people. I love having meaningful connections with people. I love genuinely getting to know a person and getting to know what about them is their driving force, like what about them motivates them to get them up in the morning. So my hope with this documentary, this film, is that I get a little bit more of an insight into it, so that's my little spiel. Did I write anything else? I don't remember. I wrote it all out, but I kind of just decided to not go with the script because, you know, screw the script. Yeah. I think I have everything. Oh, yeah, so, okay, what is this about? Like I said, I hope I dive deeper into the human character of people I've known for years, but I think this whole thing, the main theme that I'm going for is about the morality of youth. I'm a junior. A lot of the people I'm going to be interviewing are juniors and seniors, and the life that we've built for the past years and years and years is coming to an end. Like, it's all crumbling before our eyes. And that's so incredibly wild, and I feel like people don't talk about that enough. Like they do in the sense of like teen movies where, you know, it's cliche that they're leaving and they gotta make the most of their senior year, but nobody talks about the fact that like all of our friends, everyone we've known for years and years and years, like we're all going in completely different directions, and that to me is insane. So I want to explore that idea a little bit. So yeah, that's my theme. And there's a bell, so. Right now, can you sit in the chair?
Nice.
Okay.
Let's go.
So,
Sick as
if you
freak.
wanna Mr. Payton is jealous of your muscles.
I just finished my interview with Klayton Baker.
No, bro, but he's big. Like, he's worked hard. I'm proud of him. Yes. What are you thinking? What are you gonna say?
NHS. I had to type the whole meeting because I'm the secretary. It was very annoying. Just like, it was really awkward because no one was talking and all you could hear was just my keyboard getting at it.
You've been like taking like typing lessons?
Oh no, I just get bored and so I take typing lessons.
It's just me and Mr. Payton, right? And we both know what you already want to do.
No, it's a school project. I can't say that.
It's not a school project. It's fine. Just say it.
It's a restaurant. It's gonna be called the Lily Rose.
She wants to open a bar.
No, I don't.
She wants to open a bar. and serve alcoholic beverages to people.
Adults.
Yeah.
No underage children.
Okay, so you start off by saying your name.
Hi, I'm Klayton Baker.
My name is Megan Neton.
Yeah, so I'm Carson.
I'm Riley Thompson. Wyatt Tucker. I like airplanes.
I'm Brook Wheeler.
I'm Schenck.
I recently turned 18 years old. I've grown up in Craig my entire life. I have 3 siblings, 2 parents. I had a really nice, warm childhood.
I'm in 12th grade, so I'm a senior this year. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I feel like I lived my whole life like up to this point where it's like I still got time, and now it's like the days are trickling by, and they're numbered for sure.
I'm a senior this year. I've been a part of like DECA, FBLA. I play baseball pretty regularly.
Yes, I love it.
Did Riley? I feel like Riley mentioned that. He didn't. He painted his senior parking spot in F18. It's actually it's really good too.
I'm a senior in high school. I'm a 3-sport athlete. I do cross country, basketball, and track, and I also participate in multiple clubs, including NHS, FFA, and dog pack.
And I'm a senior in high school. I'm sorry.
You can do whatever you
Nah,
want.
I can't do that. That's really rude.
I'm in 11th grade. I am, yeah. I'm a junior.
Yeah, I really love to write and to read. And I've swam for most of my life. And they cut our swim team. So I don't know what I'm doing this year yet, but yeah.
Yeah, I do, I guess, activities. Do cross-country track. NHS would be one. Yeah, I guess I've just always tried to make sure that as long as my days are numbered, I'm trying to do my best to do as best, I guess, the most quality work I can.
I like to lift. I'm in the gym a lot, and so far this year has just been a lot of like applying to colleges and getting stuff settled for that, you know.
I was impressed. I don't know. Yeah. Let's be realistic here. I have one on my shirt. Like maybe this one. I have this one on my shirt. I like this one. This one?
It's so cute.
Airplane. Anyway. Yeah. I'm a junior and I do basketball, DECA and FBLA, track. I used to do golf, but I didn't. Not anymore.
Seem like a very straight A student almost.
Yes, I try to be.
Cool. You seem a little awkward.
Yeah, I don't know, like interviewing stuff is very awkward to me, but like one-on-one interactions, I feel like I get after that.
So you like prefer one-on-one stuff?
I prefer just like conversations, interviews. I don't, like they're not scary, but
Okay, perfect.
make my hands sweat.
Yeah. So can you tell me why you're all dressed in pink?
Yes, it is homecoming week, and our theme this year was Barbie. And so we decided, I'm part of student council that decided on the theme, and we decided that we should do a Ken versus Barbie day. And I bought this dress in Steamboat, and this is my mom's flannel, and these are my mom's shoes. And yeah.
I'm just gonna get a shot in because I'm so proud of my outfit. Okay.
I know, the pink shirt really does it for you.
I know, right? I love it. Okay. So what do you think your aspirations are for the future? Like you told me you liked bodybuilding, so.
Well, yeah, I think if I end up doing it, I want to be able to at least do bodybuilding on the side, still going to the gym pretty consistently. But right now what my goal is when I graduate high school, probably go to a trade school, learn some sort of trade, and I have a job right now, I could probably get my CDL, get some experience learning heavy equipment, and then I'll move out of Craig and find something to do somewhere out of here.
So I really am more of like a humanities person. I've never liked science and math, so I want to go either to Colorado College in Colorado Springs or Hillsdale College in Hillsdale, Michigan, and pursue a degree in political science, and then possibly go on to law school from there, or work in like campaign managing for people running for office.
Well, pretty big aspirations, I feel like. It's tough. I don't know exactly what I want to do career-wise yet, so basically I'm just applying to a bunch of technical schools because that's what I'm good at, is math. Big one is applying to MIT. If I can get in there, that would be amazing. That would be like, my favorite movie is Good Will Hunting, and he's a fake, where he's a janitor at MIT, but he solves the math problems on the board and stuff, and there was these big lecture halls where they were just teaching complex problems and stuff, and that part of it is more of a fantasy than like actually going to MIT, because it's a movie. That part kind of made me want to apply to MIT, and then also just, I feel like that's the best place to go if you want to do pretty much anything math related.
In the future, I want to go to a service academy. Those are super selective to get into. Go to a service academy, mostly the Naval Academy, and pursue a degree in aerospace engineering, and commission as an officer in the Navy and fly Navy, fly some F-18s, and yeah.
So what about like math and technical careers interest you as a person?
I don't know. I've always kind of just been good at math. It kind of just always clicked for me. I sort of came to this realization a lot later than like my parents and my teachers, because my parents and my teachers always tell me like, you're really good at math, and in 6th grade I went up a level in math, and it didn't really like faze me that much, I guess. But then as I got older, I would start to understand things that other people couldn't get, and it was like I wasn't understanding how other people could misunderstand something, if that makes sense. Like I'd be talking to someone about a certain concept and they just wouldn't get it, but to me it was like, it felt elementary, I guess. So it was kind of just my thing that I was good at.
Can you tell me like a little bit about your motivation to pursue that career?
My dad was a Marine, and him and I are super competitive. We've always been really competitive, and once I graduate the Naval Academy, I'll be a commissioned officer, and the rule of the military is enlistees have to salute officers, so I want to make my dad salute me, because he was enlisted Marines, and so if I'm a naval officer, he has to salute me. That's kind of like the ultimate win.
If you don't mind me asking, is he still in the military?
No, it's not discharged, I think is the word. He just did his 4 years and then got out of there, because when he signed his papers and then found out that my mom was pregnant with me, so he went to San Diego for basic, and he was stationed at Pendleton, and I stayed in Craig, and I flew between San Diego and Denver all the time to go see him. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I want to do something with mechanical engineering, probably either aerospace or just in aviation with, I don't know, future fighter jets, things like that, or work on aerospace engineering, something like that.
Can you tell me a little bit about your motivation to pursue that?
I don't know, I like math, as much as a person can like math, and I feel like I'm okay at it, I don't know. So, I feel like that's a good career that like sort of follows that pathway. I feel like it's a good place to end up.
Okay, so can you tell me about some of your aspirations for your future? And please like be honest. Don't candy, coke, sugar, bullshit. Okay?
I want to make money. It's everyone. Everyone wants to make money, but I want to make money, and I want to have a really nice house, and I want to have a boat, and I want to not have to worry about the bills. I want to not listen to other people. I want to be my own boss, because I'm really bad at following instructions. My bosses don't usually like me.
So I'm enlisted in the Navy right now for delayed entry for the nuclear power program. So that is like one of my main goals, is try to get into the nuclear power field and try to like bring that back to Colorado, especially our area, since we are a coal-driven community and there has been talk about our power plant being more nuclear based. I feel like I could come back and help the community in some way almost.
Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
I find people dumb, and so when they tell me things that are stupid, I don't want to do those, and so I usually don't get along with my bosses. But when I'm my own boss, I can be the one giving the instructions, which I'll enjoy.
Giving the stupid instructions?
Yeah, the people have to follow because they get paid by me.
Okay. So like, do you have like a personal connection to the coal industry that makes you want to keep this area alive?
Yes, both my parents, well, my mom worked at the school district and then she went to the coal mine, and my dad has worked at the coal mine since he was out of the Army. And so it's kind of like, it's what powers our community here. And I feel like economically speaking, it's really important for us, and I feel like there's some way that we need to convert it.
Thank you.
Yes.
What are you hoping to achieve in adulthood as you're coming to an end of your high school career?
Well, I think like that's like such a hard question because a lot of it is like usually like, I think our society is just very like success driven and like career oriented, but I think when I'm an adult, I just want to like have kids and raise a family and be financially stable and like be best friends with my spouse. Like just be best friends and just like be able to laugh with one another and raise kids and guide them in the world. Well, but I don't want to think about this yet. Kids, hopefully, is a far away thing. I'm gonna watch this back and be like, "Psych, you got pregnant at 19, honey." Like,
Cool.
Well, I want to be successful. I don't really like, that's kind of broad, but like,
Yeah,
that's,
well, what does success look like for you?
to be able to have a family and support that family and give them most, if not everything they want or like need, be able to fully support them.
So, is there anything else you're hoping to achieve in adulthood? Maybe something you want to learn about yourself, something you want to improve on?
Like I said, like bodybuilding, if I can go into competitions in that would be fantastic.
So, what are you hoping to achieve in adulthood? And this doesn't have to be necessarily career related. It can be anything as far as something about your character, something about financial stability has been a popular one.
Financial stability.
financially stable.
Financially stable.
I want to make money.
Yeah, okay, live it as an adult. I guess I would say I want to, financially stable, I think is a good one. I want to be able to support a family eventually. I guess live by the word of God would be probably number one in front of financial stability. Yeah, that, financial stability. I guess just live every day to the fullest and try the best I can to produce something meaningful and something positive.
Really, I just want to be able to look back on my adult life and be proud of it. I'm a big believer in always pursuing the best being the best that you can possibly be. So I would just want to push myself all the time. That's why I'm aiming high for the Naval Academy. And once I get done with that, I want to do my 20 years in the Navy, go work at a private military company like Lockheed or something, and just make a life for myself and those who depend on me.
Probably just overall financial stability and being able to have a family, a comfortably family, and be able to spend time with them while also making enough money to support them, things like that.
Earlier you mentioned that you really like planes. Can you tell me why you like planes?
My family owns the airport in town. We do, all crop dusting and stuff like that. And so I've been around it since some of my first memories are out there. That's where I learned to ride a bike at the airport, and I work there right now. So feeling planes, anybody that comes in, and then also the ones that are here, which are my dad, my uncle, and my grandpa. We feel them when they're flying, and then also help load them with the chemical that they spray on the fields, things like that, wash the planes. Not overly exciting, but it's fine.
I want to have the success of Kirsty McPherson. She owns tons of businesses and makes a lot of money, and I want to be her. Yeah.
Can you tell me who Kirsty McPherson is? She sounds like a made-up person off a TV show.
She's not. She owns 813 Wine Bar, and she's a part owner of the distillery coming to town. She owns a ton of the buildings on Yampa, and so she is raking in the money. And is a woman and is all about entrepreneurship.
Yeah, so I obviously want to be financially stable, have a family. I don't know if I want to come back, I want to come back to the Craig area and I want to help this community because it's given me so much, but I also want to get out, kind of go somewhere cool, somewhere fun. And then my goals in life, I just want to be a good person.
Being a good person look like to you?
Giving back and helping younger generations kind of find a path, and yeah, just being a happy person overall. I don't want to be a cranky old lady. That is not my goal.
So would you consider yourself a feminist then? In the light of
Yes and no. I don't believe that men are the enemy, but I definitely think women should be more into business and into voting.
Is there a reason why? Is it because you are in fact a woman, Caroline Schenck?
Happens to be that Caroline Schenck is a woman, yes. Yeah, I don't know, they just don't have a lot of power in history, and I want that to change.
Would you say you're like a happy person right now?
I would say so, yeah. I feel like there's usually a smile on my face. Usually. I have a really bad RBF, so people think I'm really grouchy, but I'm not.
What is something you're passionate about, but, you know?
I feel like I've answered that a couple times.
I am super passionate about writing, I would say, and like reading. Like I've always just loved to read. I really loved like the Babysitter Club books, and like those got me into reading. And then like just writing, I started like a poetry story on like my Snapchat, and just like taking certain like English classes have just like really just encouraged like a love for like art. And like I love the Dead Poet Society when Robin Williams is like, science, math, like these are noble pursuits, but they're not what we stay alive for, and that's like art and like love, and I just love them. And so I think like that'll benefit me in my life, just bringing me pleasure when I read, but also in like my career when I have to go through documents and just being able to critically think, read honestly pretty fastly and all that. And then continuing to write, like I've always wanted to someday write an autobiography and publish it. Even if no one reads it, like my kids can read it or my siblings can read it. And so I think that'd be a nice thing to do.
Something I'm really passionate about. Potentially, I like music a lot. I don't know, I don't have the right like mindset to really make music, I don't think, because I'm very not creative. I guess I'm very analytical, and like I think that's why I've always liked math, is because there's like one right way to do pretty much everything. So I really like music. I play the piano. I used to be in band for a long time, but I don't think that's something I could do as a career.
I'm really passionate about weightlifting, and I think that transpires more into other things. You spend that time trying to develop your body, obviously, but while you're doing it, you're developing your mind and you're developing that integrity, because it's one of those things that can't be bought. So it's just the respect that goes along with it, because you have to go in there and put in the work, and there's no alternative for it.
Do you want to flex for us like Klayton did?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's got some guns.
Yes, sir.
He's got some guns.
Yes, sir.
I really like things like, I don't know, exploration, things like that. So like that's why like aerospace engineering is really interesting to me, because you know, new things, and like we don't know a whole lot about what's beyond our planet. And so aerospace engineering is really interesting because it gives you the opportunity or the possibility to find out, or at least help find out.
I am really passionate about, this is gonna sound like very hickamy, but agriculture. And the rural community that we live in, I feel like that's what sets us apart in Craig, Colorado, is we're rural, we're cool, we're like in the mountains, living off the land, you know? And I feel like agriculture in itself is really important, because it's like an underrepresented, I don't know the word, but it's like underrepresented, and it needs to be, like, we feed America that way. And there's all these like, no GMOs, and oh my God, don't kill the little cows. But like, what would you live off without GMOs? Because without them, all the crops would be dead, and like stuff like that. Like, I'm really passionate about it, and I try to like show that passion through FFA, and I've done like speaking contests and stuff like that, and yeah.
I'm passionate about learning about the history and about making drinks, and I'm really interested in creating my own, or creating a business that I can serve other people's own creations, which is going to be great. I'm passionate about school and about learning, and I'm passionate about business because I'm really good at it, which is good, yeah.
Now, can you give me the real reason?
What do you mean? I said alcohol.
You can say alcohol.
I said alcohol.
Why don't you say it in the microphone?
I like,
Passionate about alcohol.
I'm passionate about alcohol.
Okay, good. All right, we got that out of the way. I'll stop angling my questions to get that answer now.
I really like alcoholic documentaries. I'm an old man. This science behind mixology, behind bartending, is very cool. And the history about it, like throughout like Prohibition and throughout the moonshiner days and the General Lee and the Dukes of Hazzard. Like, I love everything about alcohol and about how it has shaped our country, which is amazing. Everything about the 1920s is really cool, and about the 18th and 21st Amendment, I really find those interesting. I don't know, it's shaped everything. Everything has surrounded alcohol because everyone likes alcohol.
Oh, me from middle school? Dude, I don't want to talk to that kid. That kid is weird. I honestly don't know what I'd tell him. Like, well, because like everything's like worked out. Like, I don't know if I would want to do anything differently, you know?
Okay, I love this. I would probably tell my middle school self, friendships don't have to be super dramatic. Your friends aren't supposed to leave you out of stuff. They're not supposed to like make TikToks about you. So just know your worth. Know your worth. One time my best friend's mom said this. She was like, middle school is just like over-concentrated Kool-Aid. Like everything is a bigger deal than like it really is. And I think that's true. Just if I could go back, I'd just say to myself, take everything with a grain of salt and just that some things aren't that deep. Like they don't matter that much. Yeah, but also be smart about who you hang around with and don't try to keep friendships alive when they're dead. Yeah.
So what's something you would tell your middle school self?
To loosen up, I think. I was too uptight in middle school, especially in elementary school. I used to be a little tattletale. I think I told on one of my classmates once for saying the Pledge of Allegiance wrong. He said, I pledge allegiance to Mars and all of the aliens in space, and I told on him for that. So, and I remember I had to move my clip down to yellow. They had the little clip ladder for how good you behaved, and the only time I had to move it down to yellow, I was like talking too much and I cried. So I think I just tell myself to loosen up a little bit.
Middle school, it was really weird. I was kind of like the stepbrother to everybody, like everybody knew me, but like I wasn't really close friends with everybody. Like Carson and Aaron Colby were my only real friends in middle school, and Chance Wagner, but he graduated and he moved away. And like I really struggled with my mom and my dad. They're divorced, and I just want to tell them like, keep your head up, it gets better. Just keep pushing yourself, no matter what. Always strive to be the best that you can be because everything will work out.
This is like the whole world isn't going to be seeing this.
Right.
So no worries. So
until they do, because you turn into an actual like movie director, and they're like, "This is Jonah's first."
Yeah, right.
This is what's gonna happen.
So what's something you want to tell your middle school self?
My middle school self? To have more fun. I didn't have any fun. It was stupid, and I didn't need to. It was not like middle school was not difficult at all, and I didn't have nearly enough fun as much as I should have. Yeah, I was really boring. I'm not that much more interesting now, but I'm a little more interesting now. Not really.
This is really funny for me because like, you know, we know each other since high school, so
Yeah.
this is fun. Can you elaborate on more fun?
Do more things outside of school. Hang out with my friends more. I don't know. I went to school. I just did school, and then I usually went to like basketball, cross country, or track. Then I went home and I did nothing. It was really boring. Like this was the same things every day. Yeah.
Oh God. This is gonna sound like very weird, very cliche, but like I feel like I've done a lot of the right things, but like just because a guy has a driver's license doesn't mean he's cool. Yeah, don't. And that's like advice for like any freshman, sophomore coming up. Like, just because you can drive doesn't mean you should hang out with him.
You wanna like elaborate a little bit more?
I just like would like I'd hang out with like the class that's like 2 grades above me because I'd like, they can drive, they're so cool. And looking back, I'm like, why would I ever even like talk to that person? Like they're like borderline creepy, like why would I do that? So yeah, that's what I would tell my middle school self. And to like live a little, you know? Don't be such a stooge about, I have to get perfect grades, I have to try my hardest, I have to be the best at everything, because I feel like it makes life very boring. Like, yes, it's good to like get good grades and be competitive and all that stuff, but like try to look at the fun things. I feel like senior year, you really get to in those sports moments and you're like, why did I ever care if I was better than her? Like, I should have just done my best and been more happy with myself about that.
I don't know. I wish I could redo it and do it differently. Like, I'm just really focused on my grades and stuff, and so I hope past me wouldn't have. Just focused on the people.
You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
I don't know, I'm really focused on like my GPA and my college degree, which is kind of pointless now.
You like say what you mean by pointless?
I wasted a lot of time, a lot of energy. Didn't make social connections, kind of, so.
Can you tell me about some of the social connections that you
I'm kind of a floater. Like, I don't have a friend group, but I can talk to and enjoy the company of everybody. So I call myself a floater. There's not like one person that I connect to, but I'm able to talk to like the popular kids or the jocks or the nerdies. Like, I have connections with all and not heavy connections with some. And I kind of wish I had a more heavy connection. I don't know. Friends have come and gone, so. And then we're all gonna leave. So you gotta make new ones.
Can you tell me about how that feels to be
Scary. I have no plans, which is rough.
I hope you don't mind me asking this, but like, do you think your parents' divorce has like had an influence on the character you are today?
100%. My sophomore year, my mom moved to Grand Junction, and that was really hard. She has a bad history with boyfriends. Like, my brother and sister, they're from a different dad, and I lived with him for a while, and I remember he would like force me to call him dad, and that was horrible. And being separated, like when she moved to Junction, being separated from my siblings really turned me into, I feel, a good leader with a lot of integrity, because my brother's a lot like me. He believes in pushing himself, and my brother and my sister really look up to me, and I knew that, and it put a lot of pressure on me, but working through that pressure to try to be a good influence on them, I think really developed my character in a positive way.
Do you think like this perspective on life that you kind of gained during your senior year, do you think that has helped you build your future more? Like,
Oh yeah. So when I started talking to the Navy recruiter, I was like, oh my God, what are people gonna say? Like, people are gonna think that I'm choosing the easy path and everything. And I feel like definitely over the summer, I feel like I gained this of like, you know, why don't I just do me? Why don't I just have fun with it and everything? And I feel like it's shaped my future a lot. And I feel like it's kind of like a weight that's lifted off your body. Like, oh my God, like maybe I don't have to be the best and try so hard, and like maybe I should just have fun with life. Because, you know, life only lasts so long, so why try to be better than everybody in life? Just be you. Just do what you want to do.
how do you think that has affected what you want for the future as far as like family, wife, kids go? Do you want to tell me about that?
I don't know, that's kind of tricky. I'm still figuring a lot of things out relationship-wise. Historically, I'm pretty bad with them, but yeah, the relationship isn't as big of a deal to me. I definitely want kids, and I just want to be as good of a role model to them as possible and try to teach them about like the core values, because I feel like we're really missing that in today's society. Like, we live in a society. But I want them to really know that if you work hard, good things will come, even if it's not your original plan. Like, things fall into place in amazing ways.
So how does it feel that high school is coming closer and closer to an end? Like, you've been in high school, you've had these friends for years and most of your life, so how does it feel that it's all kind of...
It's a little scary, you know? Like, because I'll be able to stay in contact with my friends no matter where I go. And obviously I'll be able to stay in contact with my family too, but like, it's just gonna be weird moving out of like my mom and dad's house, not having like that constant support like I do now, you know?
Are you like worried about that in any way?
I wouldn't say really worried, it's more just like kinda, I don't really want to, but it's just kinda like, I don't feel like I'm as old as I am. I don't realize that like, it's getting pretty close, you know? But once it happens, it'll happen, and I'll know that I need to.
Can you elaborate like on that feeling of like being scared almost to leave high school? If you want to.
Well, I don't really know how to like explain it, cause it's just weird, like, cause I won't have like the financial, like I'll have to pay my bills, I'll have to pay insurance, everything, and I'll have to support myself. And right now I have that like support from my parents, and it's just gonna be kind of scary, like a little bit scary. And it's gonna be different leaving that support and having to do it all on my own.
If you were to try and best describe that feeling.
Yeah. I think like the best word I can describe it as is bittersweet. It's so hard because it's like everything that you've ever known is leaving, and it's like you can think about that like super duper like down about it, like wow, I'm never gonna see these people again, like this is the last time for all of this, but I've kind of chosen to be like this is the last time, and we just have to appreciate it for what it is. And also, like, it's so exciting to be able to think that in a year you're going to be living a completely different life, and you're going to be meeting new people and eating new food, and just like getting away from like Craig, like, just honestly seems so refreshing, because it's where you've been 18 years, and like every kid wants to get out of their hometown. But yeah, it's bittersweet because you may never see some of these people again. We'll never have like another homecoming again. But I mean, how many did you have? Like, that's what matters. And it's like time to move on. It's time. It's like the Taylor Swift song that's like, you know when it's time to go. And you just know.
It's kind of surreal. Like I was saying before, it's like you never think about how your days in high school or living as a kid, I guess, are numbered until like now. Like, I'm applying to colleges, I'm thinking about my next step for the first time, which is kind of weird. I've always just lived day by day, not thinking about like what tomorrow or the next week or the next year is going to hold, and now I got to think about what the next decade might hold, which is wild.
Are you like scared about it or anything? Like,
I wouldn't say, I'd say it's a little intimidating, but I'm confident that I have enough motive to keep myself going. I think I can self-sustain, but it is intimidating for sure.
And this is kind of like a offhanded question I just came up with, like, what do you think your relationships with people around you are going to look like in the next couple of years?
That's something I thought a lot more about recently, is who I'm going to stay in touch with after high school, like especially friends, because obviously family's family. You're always going to talk to your family. But as far as friends in your social circles in high school go, I probably won't talk to 95% of the people here after high school again, which is something I've started to think about more, like who I'm wanting to spend time with. I want to be spending the time with the people who I know I'm going to talk to after high school, and I know I'm going to reach out to.
It's really nostalgic. I spend a lot of time thinking about my freshman year. I really liked a girl and I simped for her, and now we're just friends, and I thought when I was a freshman, like, her and I were definitely going to end up together, and it didn't. And I think it's kind of beautiful to think about it like that, because amazing things can happen. Like, God has a plan. Everything falls into place exactly the way that it should. And yeah, it's just kind of a weird feeling to think about everything's coming to a close, but you know that everything will work out. Like, I'm going to miss these guys that I hang out with and talk crap with all the time, but I'll find new people, and everything will work out. That's like the biggest thing that I try to keep my mind on.
Carson, do you have any questions you want to ask Riley? How much do you bench?
225.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me get.
I know you're a junior, and so school isn't ending for you, but it's kind of coming closer and closer to an end. And you're friends with some of the seniors, and you know a lot of the seniors, and they're going to be leaving.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So kind of just like that death of an ecosystem almost. Can you kind of describe that feeling?
I don't know. It's really weird, especially when we were going from being freshmen to sophomores. Having different people being seniors just felt really wrong. It was like, I need to see these people around, or it's not the same. It just doesn't feel the same. And I don't know, it's really different. Yeah, it's just really different. Us being seniors is going to be really weird and really hard to get used to, if I ever get used to it. Probably won't. Just going to pretend I'm a junior forever. It's going to be very weird. I've been going to school for the last, 11 years now? It'll be 12 next year. That's a long time to be doing the same thing, and then all of a sudden you just get thrown into something completely different. It's, I don't know, sort of exciting, but also there's definitely an aspect of fear to that.
How do you expect your relationships to change after you leave high school? Like, can you just give us a little bit on what you think about that?
Not sure. I think a lot of your friends will stay your friends, but it'll be different, especially you're going to go to different colleges. It'll be different when you come back, if you ever come back, I guess. Depends on what you're doing and everybody's doing. But I don't know, I guess you hope that you're going to see them again in the future, and you hope that you can still have some kind of relationship, but there's no guarantee of that.
I'm looking to capture the feeling of like leaving this ecosystem that you've been a part of for years and years, especially coming from such a small town like Craig. You've grown up with these people since like not just high school, but like elementary school,
Yeah,
school. Like you've known these people your entire life, and now you're leaving. So I kind of want to capture that feeling. So with that being said, do you think what are your thoughts on you finally leaving high school and maybe not hanging out with or talking to these people?
I am absolutely terrified, especially going into the military. Like, I'm not gonna see Craig for 6 months after June. Like, I might get to come home for Christmas, but like, it is terrifying. Like, I have to go out and I actually have to like meet people and try to be friends with people instead of being like, oh, I'm stuck with you for 8 hours of the day since preschool. Like, we're gonna be friends, we're gonna know each other. Like, it's terrifying. But at the same time, it's like opening this door to like, I can become a completely different person. Like, I could cut my hair short, I could do whatever I want. Like, so it's like really scary at the same moment, but it's also like, I can reinvent myself and be this completely different person because nobody's gonna know who I am. But yeah, I'm actually really scared. Like, I know that's not how you should be during your senior year, but like, I'm like, oh my God, like, who am I gonna be after June 18th? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what if I'm not the smartest kid? Like, obviously I'm not the smartest kid here, but like, what if I'm not in the top 10%? Like, what if I'm one of the dumb like kids that don't understand and like struggle? Because I've never been like, this sounds really ignorant, I realize, but like, I feel like I've never really struggled in school. Like, I've always gotten along pretty fine. Like, there's been sometimes, like, especially in Peyton's class, that I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But like, there's always a way that I've kind of coasted by and understood basics of everything. But like, what if I get to like my nuclear engineering school and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, like, and fail something? I have never failed a test in my life. That scares me. Like, that is gonna be a realization that's terrifying. But also at the same time, I'm like, if I fail, I fail. Like,
do you have a backup plan if you fail?
No, not really. That's like the nicest part is like, they're losing so much money if I fail that they're gonna help me succeed, so. But yeah. And if I fail, like, I don't know, probably go to like college and go back to my initial plan was like wildlife biology, because I feel like I've always like loved science and really understood it. So I'm like, yeah, if nuclear engineering doesn't work out, I'll just get a biology degree and be like a park ranger or something. Go live up in Yellowstone. But
cool. Next question is, how does it feel that high school is coming closer to an end?
It's scary. Like, I can graduate early, but I decided not to because I don't want to rush things. And then I had my plan figured out. I was gonna go to Metro, and now I don't know about that. Because I just want a magic 8-ball to tell me what to do. Because these decisions are hard, and I don't know what the best one is. Which scares me.
We would get some genuine emotion.
No genuine emotion. No.
For sure.
That doesn't happen.
Do you have genuine emotion?
No. Not to other people. I'm a rock.
Do you want to tell me
No.
and Mr. Payne? No. Do you want to tell me and Mr. Payne about why I decided to do this interview with you all of a sudden?
Because I'm number 2. Jonah picked me because his girlfriend wasn't ready.
Well, no, I mean, like,
Feeling very left out. I'm joking. I don't want to do this. This is really bad. I don't know. I was starting to talk about my future, and you said I had genuine emotion. Yeah.
So you've been friends with the same people
since like kindergarten. Like, Tay and I have been friends since 1st grade. I've known Quincy since Park and Rec's basketball. Like, I've known them for forever. And just to think, like, I'm not gonna have communication with them. Like, I'll be able to, like, write them letters and stuff, but, like, face-to-face, on the phone for 10 weeks. And then after that, like, I'll get a call, like, sometimes, but I'll be so busy. So that's really scary, but.
Do you think you're gonna keep in contact with them, like, once you're out of that area and you're into
I really hope so. I plan on trying to keep in contact. And I'm like, because I'll be in Charleston, South Carolina, so I'm like, guys, spring break, come to Charleston, come enjoy the beaches. So, but I'm really hoping to. It's kind of sad to think about. Like, I've talked to Mr. Murr, the ag teacher, about it. Like, and he tells us, he's told me and like other kids this too. Like, graduation day is the last day you're gonna see some of those kids. Like the very last day you'll see them. Like, some of them won't come to reunions, and like some of them will be definitely not in Craig. Like, they're gonna be everywhere, and like just some of them you'll just never see again. Like, accidents happen all the time, so like that's the last day you get to see those kids. And that first time he told me that like set in. I was like, you know, it probably will be the last time I see some of those kids, because like I don't talk to some people in my grade. Like, we've just never been close or anything. So to think about, like, it's the last time I'll see that kid walking down the hallway, like, especially like the underclassmen, to think about how like they know who I am, but I don't know who they are. And so like, I'm like, you know, I'll never see that face again, ever. So it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to affect the relationships with the people you have right now?
It's going to be difficult for sure, but I'm going to try to keep like the more important ones. Like, I'm really friends with Carson and Hudson, and I really see myself talking to them after high school, and just try to make whatever work. But I know that once I'm in there, I'll make a lot of new friends, and I don't know, we'll just take it one day at a time, but definitely try to remember my roots.
Especially coming from a small town, you've known these people since preschool, elementary school. Like, you've grown up with these people. So can you kind of describe what it feels like to be leaving behind a lot of these human connections that you've built in the past however many years?
I don't know. It kind of depends on where I'm going, which is also a reason I'm having such a hard time picking a college. Like, I really want to go to Tennessee and the options it'll give me if I go to Tennessee, but in doing that, I leave all of my family and all of the friends that I have made, so that makes the decision harder. And leaving this ecosystem, as you said, I don't know, like, I have a role right now, and it's gonna be hard not to have a role. I'm the one that doesn't have the emotions. I'm the one that runs the school store. I do DECA. That's all gonna change. Sense of self. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do.
And so, I might be putting some words in your mouth here, but again, I'm just like trying to pick your brain a little bit more. And,
I don't like it.
We're close friends, so I know I can do this with very little consequence.
Little consequence. I'm gonna beat you.
Part of me feels like you're almost scared to be vulnerable with others around you and create those deep human connections that you told me that you kind of wish for.
Mm-hmm.
You have like a fear of that because I feel like you kind of tend to be like a little bit of a control freak almost. Like,
very.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You like controlling things, but in relationships, you don't have control over other people.
Yes.
And so, tell me a little bit.
I don't know.
Am I right?
I'm a very control freak. You are very correct with that, which is another reason I want to own my own business so I can control everything in my life. But you're right, like, friendships and relationships, like, there isn't control. And I have very little energy to waste on other people. It takes a lot to run my life. I don't have time for other people. 3 jobs, 7 clubs, college degree.
And this is less for the video and more for you. But, like, this question specifically, but, I mean, how does that contrast with what you just told me about you wishing you developed more relationships in school?
Well, I just want to be a different person, because, I don't know, I've done everything for me. Like, all my decisions have been correct for me. So I don't know. I don't know if I would change anything. I just kind of wish I had a different personality. I could be the social one.
Can you describe the kind of personality you wish you had?
I don't know. Less controlling. More go with the flow. I'm not a go with the flow person at all. I need plans. I need a set agenda. So, I don't know. Just breezy. I want to be breezy, but I'm not breezy. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I'm weird. I think you should be in this chair.
Do you want to interview me?
I do. But I want you to interview you, because you're very good at picking and prodding. That's weird. You should be a psychologist. That should be your degree. Jonah's going to be a psychologist. Yeah.
Those are the only questions I have. Is there any last thoughts you'd like to share with the camera? Maybe a flex or two?
I was gonna, dude, hold on. Cut this part out. Just the part where I'm playing music.
Okay.
Hold on. You gotta cut this part out, brother. Oh, I forgot I have my headphone in. It's just gonna be, it's coming up. Just cut this part out, dude. I'm having a mess. You can hear it now. Microphone fell.
Do you want to try that one more time?
Maybe. Is this gonna be Mr. Payne's? Yeah.
Are there any other thoughts you'd like to share with the general audience?
I've been thinking about, like, this is gonna sound weird, but I've been thinking about death a lot lately. I know it's super weird, but I really have, like, and I think what I've learned, like, throughout thinking about death is, like, every day that you wake up is, like, a privilege. Like, you won't be around forever, but, like, every day that you are here, you're like, I'm here, like, I'm alive. And I would just encourage everyone to do stuff that, like, makes them feel alive, and stop doing things that don't, and stop hanging around people that don't make you feel good. And just, life is so short, you just have to do things that, like, you want to do and will genuinely make you happy. And also, I would encourage, like, everyone to just, I don't think everyone has to believe in God, but just, like, explore that, because I think that can be really beneficial. And I know for me, finding God was really important, and it's just been very, like, formidable to who I am. So
Thank you.
that was fun.
Yeah, that's all I've got. So thank you for being a part of this.
I'm done. I think I could just sleep.
Thank you. I think I'm dying from, like, a sickness or something. So that's pretty much the end of my interview. So if you have any other little bits that you'd like to share, could be something personal, could be something funny, just whatever, any thoughts you have that you want to leave us with.
Any final thoughts? I don't even know, honestly. Jesus loves you.
If you need an idea, Megan just said, like, an idea that she was thinking about recently. I don't remember what it was, but just kind of like a general idea or a concept she's thinking about. If you want to leave it at Jesus' love,
You know,
that's totally fine.
You only live once. Make it count. Don't throw your life away. Live good.
That's tough. Something I would want to share with the general audience. Keep your head up. What was that?
Oh, it's funny, like, I asked Carson this question and he did that same thing. Like, he was like, oh, that's tough.
Well, it's like, it's just such a hard question.
No, it's just,
You know the meme that's like, what would you, like, if you could say one word, like, what would it be? Wake up. No, I guess it'd just be persevere. Everything happens for a reason, so the best thing that you can do is learn from it, you know? Everybody faces adversity one way or another. Like, for me, that was my parents. For somebody else, it might be something as little as, like, you lost your favorite pencil, but we can learn something from that and grow as a community. So I guess just keep your mind open to whatever. Like, things happen, people have different perspectives, but as long as you can keep an open mind and face everything with a growth mindset, everything will work out. Thank you, sir.
cool.
I didn't answer like 5 minutes after the one piece of advice. I don't even remember what I said. What did I? my middle school camp was tilted
I think it was something like that. Have fun or something. Or don't take life too seriously.
No, take life seriously, but
my catchphrase is stay unbothered.
lovely. No, yeah, that's a good one too. It's a very good one.
Wyatt, do you want to be interviewed?
I was trying to gym the camera. I gymmed the camera a couple times.
Yeah. If you want to be camera, you definitely could. I just know that people feel more comfortable talking to you.
This is my goddamn hat now. I'm a cowboy.
Yeah.
Camera, the cowboy hat back on.
Can you line dance?
Can I line dance?
This is mine now. Want me to teach it to you?
This is a small head.
No, I got that when I was like 6. All right, ready?
A small head when you were 6.
All right, ready? It's left, right, front, back,
I definitely
front,
learned this in
side,
elementary school.
back, side, and then kick, turn, behind, and then I like to do a little spin, little character, little spin. And then so you go ba 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 ba. Ooh. Thank you.
Definitely can.
Thank you for the opportunity.
405. When I was in high school, I could bench 405.
You're interviewing the Dr. Barbie box.
I think you should get somebody to put a wig on. That wig that Schenck has, I think it's over here.
I would wear a wig.
Oh yeah. Have you already been interviewed, Carson? Yeah, you.
I did do it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. She has a really. Never mind, it's not there.
Any last piece of advice you'd like to leave with them? Something you've been thinking about?
I don't think so. I'm 17. There's a lot of people with a lot more experience than me. I can't do any cool line dance or anything now. I can't. So that's unfortunate. No, that's all right. Oh, so you're just interviewing?
Flex, dude.
Even who?
Kidding. That would be cool. I think that needs to be our thing now. We just ask people to flex after it flex.
Gotta get all the interviewees back in here to just flex.
You know, we just.
Cool. Thank you.
That's good.
That's good. They're all gonna. It just needs to be at the end. You just need to add the compilation of everybody flexing. You gotta make sure everybody does it, and then at the end, should clear all of them. It is very hot in these rooms. This one and that one are really.
Oh, it's terrible.
Terrible. There you go. Thank you. Microphone back.
Thank you kindly.
That's kind of getting to the end of all of my hard questions. So if there's something you'd want to like elaborate a little bit more on, go ahead.
I don't think so. Just that Peyton should give me a good grade in this class, because I really need it. Yeah.
Cool. So any last thoughts you'd want to, so obviously this is only going to be going to, like, nobody's going to be watching
Yeah.
this, right? So let's just imagine that like whole wide world is going to be watching just this one part.
Mhm.
Is there any advice that you want to share with like a general audience that you think might help?
This is gonna sound so cliche. It's gonna sound so cliche. But like, go live your life. Don't, because I feel like I've struggled with this through high school. Don't live your parents' life that they wanted in high school. Like, do what you want to do. Don't live the life that your parents want you to live. Because I feel like I've done clubs and I've done sports and done certain things to please my parents. So I feel like that's something I want to tell everyone. Don't do something just to please your parents. Do something because you want to do it, not because they encourage it or want you to do it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. It's so hot in this building. Oh, okay.
Over and over I keep going over the world we knew. Once when you walked beside me, that inconceivable, that unbelievable world we knew. When we two were in love, and every bright neon sign turned into stars, and the sun and the moon seemed to be ours. Each road that we took turned into gold, but the dream was too much for you to hold. Now over and over I keep going over the world we knew. Days when you used to love me. And every bright neon sign turned into stars, and the sun and the moon seemed to be ours. Each road that we took, it turned into gold, but the dream was too much for you to hold. Now over and over I keep going over the world we knew. Days when you used to love me. Over and over I keep going over the world we knew.
Long for I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. He's got some pipes there.
Yeah, he's a good singer.
I love you. Da, 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 da.
Over and over is next.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard Slut Me Out?
Yeah, play it right now.
I love that song.